Hello, welcome to another M12 draft. It's, as usual in this format, forcing green with Max, because I just think it's criminally underdrafted, and I don't know why people don't seem to realize how good green is in this format. But there's a Dungrove Elder that will show them just how good it is. This card is the nuts. And yeah, happy forcing green. Deathmark, obviously not the best thing to see in the pack, but his active trees in this pack's not that exciting. And Stingerfling Spider, another great reason to be going green. I like Hunter's Insight, but the spider is the spider. Again, sort of a bunch of nonsense that is not really worth talking about. Pentavis. I think Cudgel Troll is just better, being cheaper and all. Pentavis is good though. But also just for signals, I think I'd rather take the Cudgel Troll out of this pack. There's a Titanic Growth, it's Child of Night, a Manalith, an Alluring Siren, and the Pentavis, which is probably what the next person's going to take. Maybe this is actually the nuts. I don't know, 7's a lot. I am green though. I'd rather just have a Cudgel Troll, I think. And here's the first reasons to be going a second color. I think Bell Tower Sphinx is the best option, but Chasm Drake is good in the green deck. Yeah, I think I'd actually rather just have this card in the green deck. There's also a Stampeding Rhino and a Gravedigger. I could go green-black. Gravedigger is pretty sweet. It does cut black better than taking Chasm Drake cuts blue. Yeah. I feel like in general I'm going to be more likely to want to go black than blue. I'm going to take this Gravedigger. Yep, and rewarded. I think Drifting Shade is probably the way to go. There's Alluring Siren, but yeah, we'll go ahead and take a Drifting Shade. Well, there's a Reassembling Skeleton. Also a Vastwood Gorger. And Reassembling Skeleton is definitely a card. I think it's good to have some... I can get stuff like Basswood Gorgers whenever. I think having a Reassembling Skeleton is good. Ooh, well, there's Divination, there's Sunpetal Grove. I could take a Plummet. I think Sunpetal Grove is the way to go to help me splash white if I want. For like Pacifism or something. Or Assault Griffin. I think I'll just take a Llanowar Elves though. Seems like the best card here. There's a Fire Slinger, but with the stuff I already have, Llanowar Elves is going to just be way better. And could take Distress, but even though I have a Drifting Shade, I really don't want to take that many like black intensive cards. I think I'd rather have Fog or just Autumn's Veil, and or even Bloodseeker. I think I'll just take Autumn's Veil for the sideboard. And no reason to leave a Combust hanging out there like that. I could still be red, is my point. This one okay. I've got a Dungrove Elder and a Stingerfling Spider, a Llanowar Elves, Cudgel Troll, Drifting Shade, Gravedigger, yeah. Reassembling Skeletons. This is a above average first pack. And here we have Manalith. I actually really like Manalith in a deck like this most of the time. Ooh, Disentomb, don't mind if I do. Because it is acceleration, it's a little slow. And also lets you, splash whatever you want. Now with Manalith and Sunpetal Grove, the cost of like taking a Pacifism and splashing it or an O-ring and splashing it is actually pretty low. I guess I'll take the swamp for art value. With Disentomb, Reassembling, Gravedigger, and Drifting Shade, I'm probably playing black, at least splashing it. But I do want to play a lot of green, obviously. This guy is just the nuts if you have a lot of green. Does seem like green is being cut a little bit. Maybe people are finally starting to figure out what I figured out long ago. I'll take a forest for art value. That, yeah, green is really good. Like, it's an aggressive format, but green's sort of mid-rangey aggressiveness fits just perfectly with how this format plays out. Okay, I don't think I can pass a second Pentavis. I would take this whole pack though. There's a Rampant Growth, Pentavis, Ring Flesh, Sacred Wolf, Arachnus Web. But yeah, this card is kind of insane. Pentavis, Rampant Growth, Ring Flesh, Sacred Wolf, Arachnus Web. I think it really comes down to Pentavis, Rampant Growth, or Arachnus Web. And at that point, I think it comes down to Pentavis or Arachnus Web. And the answer is pretty clearly Pentavis, I think. Card is very, very good. And now I am passing an Azure Mage, but especially given that I just took Pentavis, I'm definitely going to slam this Llanowar Elves here. This card is exactly what I'm looking for. There is definitely a monster blue deck going around. And there's the Pacifism, double enchant. Llanowar Elves, anyone? No. So it's Giant Spider or the splashed Pacifism. I think with Manalith and Sunpetal Grove, well, I have Dungrove Elder. Yeah, Pacifism is very good. I think I'll go with the splashed Pacifism. No reason not to be greedy here. It's making my first pick worse and worse. Uh-huh. And whiff. Wow. Brindlebore? I don't think so. I think I just take a Brink of Disaster here. It is an answer. Really don't want to play that though. Wow, is there really a Skywinder Drake and a Merfolk Looter still in this pack? I should definitely be blue, and whoever's blue is going to completely destroy me. And I have 3 4-drops already, so I think I'm going to pass on this Rusted Sentinel, and I think I'm just going to go for this Greater Basilisk. This guy gets the job done. And I will take another Gravedigger. I mean, those blue cards I'm giving back are very good, but I think I'm doing alright here. Greatsword, Greater Basilisk, or Dusk Hunter Bat. I think with the 2 Llanowar Elves and the Manalith, I err on the side of the Greater Basilisk. Kind of just want to get big here. Get big and nasty. Ooh, Dark Favor. It's pretty nasty on like Dungrove Elder. And even like Greater Basilisk to some extent. I think I'm better off with this Rusted Sentinel. I'm not entirely positive about that. No, I'm going to take the Rusted Sentinel. Seems overall better. Guess I'll just take the Fling. It's probably the card I'm most scared of in there. Ooh, big old Vastwood Gorger. I could also take a Splashed Rock Egg. It's kind of good in this deck. I think I'll just get another Beefcake. And I have 2 Greater Basilisks. This card is just so unlikely to be good. I can see this card actually working constructed. It's just too expensive. I'll take the Lava Axe. Don't want to get burned out. And for that very reason, I will take Brindlebore. I think I'm actually better off just hating Harbor Serpent. And what? Okay, that is a very... That is what's known as a very late Merfolk Looter. What? I'm not sure what's going on. This deck is mediocre. That pack did not go very well. Well, there's a Llanowar Elves, certainly the pick, although Volcanic Dragon and Phantasmal Dragon notably in the back, as is Outrage. There's a lot of cards in here better than Llanowar Elves, but I don't think it's time to audible into green-red just yet, so I'll go ahead and take that Llanowar Elves. And there's Arachnus Web or Rampant Growth. I feel like this deck really needs a Rampant Growth. I don't have any removal other than Pacifism though, but I have 3 Llanowar Elves and a Manalith, but look at my curve, it's terrible. And I'm trying to splash Pacifism. Yeah, I need this Rampant Growth. Wow, Skin Shifter and Stingerfling Spider. This is crazy. Yeah, green's not good in this format at all. I think I have to take the Skin Shifter because this card can actually hold down the fort while I get to my 5 drops, and I already have one of these. Not a lot of situations where that's correct necessarily, but I think this is one of them. I need more early drops. Ooh, a Jade Mage? There's also a Doomblade though. Yeah, okay. I'm convinced Doomblade is a little bit better than Jade Mage. Not that much better. And do I take the Carnage Worm? I have a lot of beef, but am I taking a Warpath Ghoul instead? It does fit better in the curve. This card can do some work though. I think I'd overall rather just have this Carnage Worm. Ooh, like the Child of Night just is so much better in the slot that that other dork is in. There's a Chasm Drake, but yeah, Child of Night. Another Distant Tomb. I do have 2 Gravediggers, but I think I'm probably just playing 1. Yeah, that card's not very good and limited, it seems like. Yeah, just in case, I guess I'll take another Distant Tomb. I could see playing one of them, or playing both of them. Probably will not be doing that, though. And yeah, Onyx Mage. Get in there. Okay, I'm definitely not playing 2 Distant Tomb now, if even one. How does this look? Oh, it doesn't look too bad, actually. I mean, Distant Tomb Gravedigger is a pretty sweet combo, but... And Stingerfling Spider, Cudgel Troll, Dungrove Elder, these guys aren't really dying anyway. Really don't need another Vastwood Gorger. I'm better off taking like either Divination, Dark Favor, or Goblin Warpaint. I think I'll take away the Divination from the blue deck. And I will take a Titanic Growth, because I could see playing that or sideboarding it. This is the current deck though. Just play green-black mix. It's weird, I could have 2 Penibus, but then I wouldn't have a Stingerfling Spider or something. I think that's what it was. Maybe it was a Cudgel Troll. Yeah, it was a Cudgel Troll. Still totally worth it. I mean, 2 of these guys would not necessarily be what you're looking for. Said the man with the Carnage Worm. Yeah, Mesmerists can do some work. I like the triple Llanowar elves. Glad I got that Rampant Growth. Definitely playing the Manalith here. Pacifism's not going to be that bad with the dual land that I have. Probably play one Plains. Because then I have one Plains, Rampant Growth, Manalith, and the dual land for 4 total sources. And again, what is this looter still doing here? I was just like handed 2 merfolk looters. Sure, I'll take the swamp for art value. And yeah, I could see playing Zombie Infestation if I think a game is going to go really long. Something to do with your lands. Okay, so I'm pretty sure Pacifism is getting in there. All this stuff is getting in there. And all this stuff is getting in there. Pentavis, Manalith. That's 22. The 23rd card is either Disentomb. I guess Brink of Disaster is actually a possibility. Sure, we'll have Zombie Infestation in this round robin here. Or one of these cards. So what does this deck actually need? I really don't think it needs a Rusted Sentinel. I have 18 creatures that are all better than that, basically. So that's gone. I don't think I want to main deck a Brink of Disaster. It's just kind of too slow and clunky. And same with Zombie Infestation. Despite the minor combo with Reassembling Skeletons, I guess. Not really. Autumn's Veil's not a main deck card, so we're down to Disentomb versus Titanic Growth. Do I want to save a creature from death / kill them, or do I want to bring a creature back? I think normally this would be very, very close, but with the 2 Gravediggers, I think Disentomb goes a little bit over the top. Can also get back a Pentavis. Like if I have Disentomb in my hand, I can intentionally bring all the counters off, then Disentomb it and replay it, which seems pretty awesome. I can do that with Gravediggers too, so add a little fun recursion possibilities in there. Bring in the art, and what's the planes look like? It's that same planes? Okay, so those planes come in, and what do we got here? So I got 2 forests and 2 swamp. That would be going to 1, 2, 6 total swamps. So while I'm not doing the plains, so I can go up to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 forests plus the Llanowar elves. That seems about right to me. So it sort of breaks down like this. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 forests. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 swamps, and 4 white sources for the lone Pacifism, which I'm pretty sure is worth splashing. I could just main deck a Titanic Growth, which might make this more consistent. It would let this be a forest, which could matter for Dungrove Elder, and this could be a swamp, which could matter for Drifting Shade, but then I wouldn't have a Pacifism in my deck. So, yeah. Sold.